he still calls you by your name. Why? Because the devil is still asking for you. So you must not be as bad as you think you are. Excessively. He's asking for you excessively. Wait a minute. Excessively? Well, I ain't nobody, prophets. I ain't even got my missionary license. But he keep on asking for you excessively. Well, they don't even recognize me in my church. I ain't nobody but an usher. But the devil won't get off of your back. Well, prophets, I don't do nothing. I'm not in the choir. I ain't nobody. But hell just broke out all of excessively. You ain't a nobody in your church. Don't nobody even know your name. But the devil won't leave you alone. I'm not hearing y'all talk back to me. It's because there's something that is hidden inside of you that you don't even know is there. But in a few minutes, the devil know that if you ever make it to Tuesday Night Live and somebody wake you up, the devil's in trouble. So help us, Lord. And so now I see it. Now I see it. It ain't that you powerless. He don't want you woke. Oh, y'all, I'm gonna come over here and say that. No, it ain't that you ain't got no power. He messing with you because he don't want you woke. Because if he ever step back off of you far enough and let somebody spiritual remind you of the power that you have. I'm not hearing y'all talk back to me. He knows that his wall is coming down. He knows that his kingdom is coming down. And right now, whoever is watching, the enemy already know that you are about to tap something in your life that you ain't never tapped before. He don't want you to wake up. So, no, sit down. Somebody just give him a shout right quick. Somebody just give God a shout. See, sit down for a second. The reason why, let me tell you why. The reason why I just said to you to give God a shout. Because you got to make sure that the enemy know that you ain't just sitting here listening to something with your ears. You got to make sure that when you open up your mouth, that it is your spirit making an announcement to the enemy that, devil, I changed my mind. You ain't gonna take my destiny. You ain't gonna take my destiny. I said you ain't gonna take my destiny from me. I feel the Holy Ghost in this place. You ain't gonna take my destiny. Y'all sit down, because I ain't supposed to preach that quick. Sit down, please. I ain't supposed to. Come on, sit down, because I ain't supposed to preach that quick. But I just think sometimes you got to think about it. Sometimes you got to think about it. You got to think about it's a trick. You got to think about, wait a minute. This ain't my uncle coming against me. This ain't my brother coming against me. This ain't the people on my job. This is a trick. This is the devil trying to take my focus because he knows that I'm about to wake up. He knows I'm about to tap another ram. Somebody give him a shout right now. Okay, sit down. Let me help you with this. Sit down. God, listen. What am I being woke up? He said, the enemy is excessively, watch this, asking for you up out of power. Which means messed up. I'm sitting in power. See, I can't get nobody. You know, some of y'all really been messed up by the church. Lord, I'm going to say that again. Religion done messed a whole lot of y'all up bad. I'm not hearing y'all say, a lot of y'all just jacked up in the mind. Because you done forgot what saved me. You done forgot what mercy and grace mean. You done forgot about God. You try to live your life by the rules of the church. And you done forgot that he loves you. You done forgot that his grace is sufficient for you. And his strength is made perfect in your to switch from in here, and I'm going to have to go in the camera, because I don't think y'all got that. Now, don't make me have to leave you, because I got another people in that camera. I said somebody ought to think about the goodness of Jesus, and think about that in your worst state, he still loves me. That in your messed up state, you still got power. Who am I preaching to? That if don't nobody like me, and can't nobody see God in my life, that God got me, that God has anointed me, that God has charged me, that God has kept me, that God has raised me. Somebody give him a shout right now. Okay, sit down for a second. Let me tell you where we at. Oh, let me see how much time I got. Let me see. I'm in good time. He wants you up out of power. Now, some of y'all don't. Is y'all here? Because I want to know who I'm talking to. Am I talking to y'all or am I talking to them? All right, then, wake yourself up. Wake yourself up. Because I'll switch on you in a minute. When the Bible starts talking about he wants to excessively ask for you up out of power. The traditional means of power is I feel the Holy Ghost and I feel goosebumps. Y'all ain't saying that. And so what happens is people mistake power. And so they said, well, I don't feel it. And so the brain is broken down into 3 or 4 sections. And there was a section that the stages of the brain go through. It is the baby stage. It's the child stage. It's the teenage stage. And it's the adult stage. Now, a baby brain, watch this. Now this is going to help you. A baby brain thinks like this. The sky is the limit. Y'all ain't saying that. A baby's brain don't know no limitations. That's what the encyclopedia said. It said when a baby is born, he don't know limitations. And a baby's brain is the sky is the limit. That's why you can pick a baby up and the baby don't even know you. But the baby will just flop back in your arms. Because the baby don't know fear. Y'all ain't saying that. I'm not hearing y'all talk. The baby is relaxed because the baby is still connected to the spirit realm of God. And so the baby just came out of the birth canal. It just came out of the spirit of God. So the baby ain't afraid. And that's why it kills me when baby saints come to church and grown folk try to make y'all feel like y'all ain't nothing. Because what they don't know, a baby saint ain't afraid to trust God. A baby saint is not afraid to believe God. Okay, I just said something. Let me come. And so, God began to show me this to explain, watch this, to explain the state I was in. Because it said a baby brain said the sky's the limit. And so, a baby just said, oh, this is going to happen right here. And the baby just, they don't have no limitations. And then when you get to a child's brain, y'all ain't saying that. When you get to a child's brain, and you get to the teenage brain, and you get to the, watch this, and you get to the adult brain, the child brain says,